RFK Jr. tweeted out the following. When President Trump called me, I was taping with an in-house videographer. I should have ordered the videographer to stop recording immediately. I am mortified that this was posted. I apologize to the president. Guys, we just got a peep behind the curtain. Remember that scene in The Wizard of Oz?
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Has spoken.
Who are you?
That's us right now. We're looking at RFK saying, who are you? Because we just saw his true colors. The video he's talking about is this video right here. You may or may not have seen it, but I want to highlight 3 things that are takeaways from this that are very, very important that we don't miss. Number 1, in the beginning of the video, Donald Trump was talking to RFK Jr. about vaccinations.
Remember I said I want to do small doses. Small doses. When you feed a baby, Bobby, a vaccination that is like 38 different vaccines, and it looks like it's meant for a horse, not a 10-pound or 20-pound baby. And then you see the baby all of a sudden starting to change radically. I've seen it.
Donald Trump is discussing anti-vax conspiracy theories with RFK Jr. Why would he do this? Because in case you don't know it, RFK Jr. is super anti-vax, anti-science. And Donald Trump is a con man. And con men know how to appeal to their mark. And so he's buttering RFK Jr. up with some anti-vax talk. He even said, you and I have discussed this before.
But you and I talked about that a long time ago.
That's some insight in how Donald Trump got RFK Jr. into his camp. That's right, his camp. Because the second part of this video that I think is super important for you to notice is what Donald Trump says next.
I would love you to do something, and I think it'll be so good for you and so big for you. And we're going to win. We're going to win. We're way ahead of the guy.
He said, I would love for you to do something. It'll be so good for you, and we are going to win. So after buttering him up with the anti-vax talk to remind him why you love me, then he says, I would love for you to do something for me. It'll be good for you, and we will win. We are so far ahead of that guy, talking about Joe Biden. And let me remind you why this conversation is so important. We weren't supposed to see it. This was the peep behind the curtain, which brings me to my last point. In his tweet, he said, I am mortified that this was posted. He's mortified because he knows that Donald Trump is a fragile, egomaniacal dictator. And he's been promised something from Donald Trump, as is evident from that video. And he's mortified that this might piss him off and he would lose that something. And then finally he says, I apologize to the president, not the former president, not President Donald Trump, the president. Robert F. K. Jr. is firmly in Donald Trump's camp. His entire campaign is for no other purpose than to sabotage this election to establish a path of victory for Donald Trump in which he will personally benefit. We've been saying this all along, but if you didn't believe it, this video that we were never supposed to see is proof of it. And this is why a third-party candidate is not an option in November.